Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alexey, and today what we're gonna be doing is taking a look at PreSonus Faderport 16. And in our today's video we're gonna be taking a look at our final section of PreSonus Faderport 16, and here we have not so many buttons, but still they are very powerful and useful. So let's start with our first button here, which is not a button but more looks like a stick. By using this blue stick you can do panning on your audio channels. So for instance, let's highlight our first audio channel in our project, which is our kick, and if for some reason we want to do panning, and right now let's try our blue stick here to do some panning just for our exercise purpose, because usually you don't have to do any panning on your kick. We can move our blue stick to the right and our kick will be panned to the right, and we can move our blue stick to the left. And now we have panned our kick to the left. And of course we can move our blue stick several times to make our panning in center. So here we have our guitars, and let's try panning our guitars. How we can pan our guitars in this case? We can pan our guitars channel by channel, one by one. So for instance, let's start with our first audio channel of our guitars, and let's pan our first audio channel to the left. Now let's highlight our second audio channel of our guitars, and let's pan our second audio channel of our guitars to the left. Our first audio channel of our guitars and our second audio channels of our guitars, they are similar. So in this case you can pan them to the left. And now let's continue do some panning, and let's highlight our third audio channel, and let's pan our third audio channel to the right. And the same we can do about our next audio channel of our guitars. But also let's highlight for instance our first audio channels of our guitars, and just for our exercise purpose, for our exercise reason, let's pan 4 audio channels of our guitars to the left at the same time. So in this case we can use the same blue stick to pan several audio channels at the same time, and we can pan 4 audio channels of our guitars at the same time to the right. And of course we can make our panning to the center. Now let's go to our second button here, or our first button, because our blue stick is not a button but it's a stick. So our first button here is called arm, and first of all let's hit shift button, and if we have some audio tracks we want to use for recording, so first of all we have to hit shift button here, and then we have to hit our arm button, and now our audio tracks are ready to be recorded. So now you can do some recording of your vocals or of your guitars or of any other instrument you want to use for recording at your project. Now let's go to our next button here, which is called solo clear. So for instance, if some of our audio channels are soloed, and if we want to unsolo our audio channels at the same time, we can hit our solo clear button here, and now they are unsoloed. And if we hit our solo clear button for the second time, so all of our audio channels will be soloed again. Then we have mute clear button here, and for instance let's again mute some of our audio channels, and now if we want to unmute our audio channels at the same time, we have to hit our mute clear button here. Now our audio channels are unmuted. And again, if we want to mute our audio channels at the same time, we can hit again our mute clear button. And now our audio channels are muted. Let's go to our next button here, and our next button is called bypass. And for instance, we have a plugin on our kick audio channel, and if we hit bypass, our plugin will be bypassed on our kick audio channel. If we want to bypass all of our plugins in our project at the same time, so first of all we have to hit our shift button here, and now we have to hit our bypass button, and all of our plugins will be bypassed in our project at the same time. And again, if we want to turn our plugins on in our project at the same time, so again we have to hit shift button, and again we have to hit our bypass button. Now all of our plugins are turned on in our project. Now let's go to our next button here, and our next button is called macro. And if we hit our shift button, and if we hit our macro button, then after hitting our shift button, so it will open our plugin on our audio channel. If we hit our macro button for the second time, it will close our plugin on our audio channel. Now let's go to our next button here, and our next button is called link. Let's hit our link button. Now it's glowing blue, and here in Studio One you can see that some of your parameters are glowing blue according to our link button. So in this case we can link our blue stick to any of settings, so in this case to any of plugin settings. And for instance, if we want to control our low cut filter, so now when our link button is on, we can use our blue stick here, and we can control our low cut. Then if we want to control our bend, first of all we have to hit our bend here, and now we can use our blue stick here to control our bend. And for instance, if we want to control our high shelf, so again, first of all, we have to click our high shelf, and now we can use our blue stick to control our high shelf. Again, when our link button is on. Also, we can hit our shift button, and then we can hit our link button, and now our link button is glowing red, and under our link button it is written lock. So in this case we are using our link button as a lock, and it means that right now we can use our blue stick here to control our high shelf. If we hit our bell, for instance, if we want to control our bell, and then if we're gonna be using our blue stick, it will be controlling our shelf only, because right now we are in a lock mode of our link button. Also, if we hit our shift button here, and if we hit our select buttons here, we can highlight as many audio channels as we want to. So, for instance, right now we highlighted 15 audio channels in our project. And if we want to change the volume for all of our 15 audio channels, and if we want to work on volume balance for all of our 15 audio channels at the same time, so we can use our first fader here. When our audio channels are highlighted, to change the volume for all of our 15 audio channels at the same time. Again, we can hit our solo button here on our first fader. And right now all of our 15 audio channels will be soloed. And if we want to unsolo our 15 audio channels at the same time, we can hit our solo button here one more time, or we can hit our solo clear button here. Now all of our 15 audio channels will be unsoloed. Also, we can mute our 15 audio channels by hitting our mute button here. And now all of our 15 audio channels will be muted. And to unmute our 15 audio channels at the same time, we can hit our mute button here on our first fader, and all of our 15 audio channels will be unmuted, or we can hit our mute clear button here. And again, all of our 15 audio channels will be unmuted. So that's it for today. And now you know how you can use blue stick and buttons on your final section of your PreSonus Faderport 16. And I hope all of my 4 videos on PreSonus Faderport 16 will be useful for you, and after watching my videos you will learn how to use PreSonus Faderport 16, and of course PreSonus Faderport 16 will speed up your workflow in any DAW. And once again, if you want to buy PreSonus Faderport 16, the link will be in the info box of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.